morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's get started and tell you what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. The big story today as well is about what's happening between India and China. A lot of negotiations are underway and it says pull back on, but India won't rest till China scales down along the line of actual control. So that's the big story that the Times of India this morning is leading with. Sustained political diplomatic talks will be required. This is what Rajat Pandit has reported. Over 30,000 Indian and 25,000 PLA troops on the line of actual control. The US Navy conducted an exercise in the South China Sea on Monday, even as China accused it of flexing its muscle. So that's the image that we have. De-induction of PLA troops amassed in depth areas along the 1,597-kilometer frontier unlikely to be within the remit of South Xinjiang commander, as multiple incursions into Indian territory in May were cleared by top Chinese leadership. Sustained dialogue needed to move PLA's 25,000 plus soldiers, tanks and artillery from the Western Theatre Command to permanent locations, and 30,000 plus Indian troops to remain forward deployed as of now. And Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-29 Apache attack and Chinook heavy lift helicopters continuing round-the-clock operations. So this is what is happening at the LAC. Meanwhile, Japan's ruling party wants Xi visit off. Japan's Prime Minister ruling party, has urged his government to cancel Chinese president's visit to Japan due to the implementation of a new security law for Hong Kong. After India move, US may also ban TikTok. That's another story. China trying to rescue Nepal Prime Minister. A flurry of meetings between the Chinese ambassador to Nepal and top Nepali leaders has raised concerns about possible Chinese role when Prime Minister KP Oli is facing pressure to step down. So that's another story that the Times of India has on the front page. Meanwhile, buffer zones to be set up at two friction points. The creation of buffer zones at the two friction points in the larger Gogra Hot Springs area is likely to be completed in the next couple of days as part of the ongoing phase 1 of the stepwise de-escalation plan that has been finalized by the Indian and Chinese Corps commander on June 30. Apart from this, no US visas if university goes online. This is a big blow to many Desi students. So basically, if the course is fully online, this is what the new rule in the US is, that the student will have to leave United States of America or transfer to another university which is offering a hybrid model. If the above options are not exercised, he or she can face deportation proceedings. And this has created a lot of panic among international students who are studying in the United States of America. Talking about India specifically, over 2 lakh students went in the year 2019. Then US has agreed to relook as India objects to the order. Apart from this, India tops worst hit countries with no community transmission, and countries with 50,000 plus infection classified as cluster of cases. And among these, India is at number 1. India is in the company of Pakistan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Kuwait as countries that maintain that they have not reached the community transmission stage despite having over 50,000 cases of COVID-19 and averaging more than 1,000 new cases a day over the last 7 days. Apart from this, trace, isolate 80% contacts in just 72 hours. This is what the government has told the states in a move to escalate contact tracing in response to the rising number of COVID cases in the unlock phase. This is what the centre has asked all the states to do. Then there is a very interesting note here, why new cases see a dip every Monday. The number of new cases reported on Monday were nearly 3,000 less than Sunday, reaffirming a pattern now, and the answer could be in the testing figures. This is what Amit Bhattacharya has reported. The number of tests falls every Sunday, which reflects in the Monday tally. The WHO decided to let countries classify themselves along with a slight tweak in the stages of transmission. So that's another update about the issue of community transmission. Nearly 1.6 lakh cases, 3,200 deaths have happened only in the first week of July. And CBSE syllabus for class 9th to 12th has been reduced by 30% because of coronavirus. According to media reports, chapters on federalism, citizenship, nationalism and secularism have been deleted from the political science curriculum of class 9th as part of the exercise. Because of the disruption of academic schedule due to coronavirus, this decision has been taken by the centre. Then Kerala Chief Minister's secretary goes on leave over smuggling row. JNK to reopen for tourists soon. This is what the government has said, because in JNK the situation is slightly better as compared to many other big states in the country and union territories. In the Vikas Dubey case, DIG whom slain DSP Road 2 has been shifted, so action has been taken there as well. ED begins probe against GVK. The Enforcement Directorate has started a probe against GVK Group, the majority partner in the Mumbai International Airport, after the CBI booked the company and its promoters for allegedly fudging records and underreporting revenue shared with the Airports Authority of India. Then there is an update as far as the masks are concerned. These are out of essential list. Face masks and hand sanitizers will no longer be on the essential commodities list under the EC Act, which empowers the centre to fix price and cap on stock of such items. Unitech promoter has got interim bail. If you want to get tested in Mumbai, no prescription will now be required. IRDI removes cap in policy. Then after a gap that we saw, a pause in the petrol and diesel prices, we saw diesel prices being hiked again yesterday. A record high of for diesel at 80 rupees and 70 paisa in the national capital. So that's another important update. LG Polymers, the gas leakage case that had happened, LG Polymer CEO among 12 who have been held for gas leak. And a couple of interesting international stories as well, which are there on the front page. Brazilian president, who has often played down the severity of coronavirus, calling it a little flu, announces that he himself has now tested positive for COVID-19, says he is in good health despite running a fever. Australia's second largest city of Melbourne has been ordered into lockdown for a second time as COVID cases continue to surge in several places. World COVID numbers currently stand at 11.6 million deaths, 5,36,000. That's the number of people across the world who have lost their lives because of COVID-19 so far. WHO urges travelers to wear masks when they are on planes, and it has also urged passengers, travelers to keep themselves informed as the cases surge. It acknowledges emerging evidence of airborne spread of COVID-19, and that is something that is really going to be very, very critical now. Before we move on to Navbharat Times, another interesting update here. Google's Sundar Pichai, Apple's Tim Cook, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg and Amazon's Jeff Bezos will appear virtually for questioning in front of a House panel on July 27th for hearing in an antitrust case. So that's another big update that the Times of India this morning has reported. Meanwhile, there's something about sports as well on the front page. International cricket returns today. England hosts West Indies in a test series as international cricket resumes for the first time since March. Today, we'll get you more on this with my colleague Karishma in just a bit. Moving on now, and let's see what's making headlines as far as the Navbharat Times this morning is concerned. और यहाँ पर भी जो पहली खबर है वो भारत और चाइना के नेगोशिएशंस जो चल रहे हैं उनसे जुड़ी हुई है. एक पॉइंट जहाँ अब भी फंसा है पेच, चीनी शर्त से दिक्कत. एयरफोर्स ने रात में उड़ाए चिनूक और अपाचे. अमेरिका का संकेत, चीन से संघर्ष हुआ तो भारत का साथ देंगे. पीछे हट रहे हैं सैनिक. पैंगोंग पर अब भी तनातनी जो है वो बनी हुई है. लद्दाख में सड़क पुल के काम आएगी तेजी. और सीबीएसई ने 9वीं से 12वीं के लिए 30% घटा दिया है सिलेबस. अमेरिका में ऑनलाइन पढ़ रहे 2 लाख भारतीयों पर लौटने की अब तलवार लटक रही है. इसके अलावा 81% कोरोना केस देश के 9 राज्यों में हैं. 6 राज्यों में एक भी मौत नहीं हुई है. साथ ही ब्राजील के जो राष्ट्रपति हैं उन्हें कोरोना हो गया है, वो कोरोना पॉजिटिव पाए गए हैं. WHO ने भी माना हवा से फैल सकता है कोरोना. WHO ने भी स्वीकार किया है कि कोरोना हवा के जरिए भी फैल सकता है और इसके सबूत सामने आ रहे हैं. हाल में 32 देशों के 200 239 वैज्ञानिकों ने WHO से कहा था कि कोरोना हवा के जरिए फैलकर लोगों को संक्रमित कर सकता है। ऐसे में उसे अपने गाइडलाइंस में अब बदलाव करने चाहिए। तो अब देखना होगा कि WHO क्या बदलाव करेगा। सेना में महिलाओं को स्थायी कमीशन के लिए केंद्र ने मांगे 6 महीने, मिला 1 महीना। उसके अलावा यूनिटेक के प्रमोटर को 1 महीने की बेल दे दी गई है। पीपी किट में आए थे चोर, 20 लाख का सोना लेकर चले गए। ये महाराष्ट्र के सतारा जिले में घटना हुई है। सीसीटीवी में ये पूरा जो मामला है कैद हुआ है। क्रिकेट के मैदान पर ब्रेक के बाद एक बार फिर आपका स्वागत है। 116 दिन के बाद आज इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट की वापसी, इंग्लैंड विंडीज भिड़ेंगे। और फर्जी आईडी से बेनामी संपत्ति खरीदता था गैंगस्टर, ये भी बड़ी खबर है जो आज फ्रंट पेज पे है। इसके अलावा कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन कोर्स MCA अब 2 साल का होगा। ये एक नई खबर आई है। गोल्ड स्मगलिंग में आज चीफ मिनिस्टर तक IAS हटाए गए। एंड these were the stories that are there as far as the Navbharat Times this morning is concerned. Let's now move on and get you the latest from the Economic Times. The big story that the Economic Times today morning is leading with is about Reliance Industries. ADIA redials Reliance Industries for $1 billion Jio fiber play after investing in Jio platforms. SWF board set to meet soon. Talks with consortium led by ADIA were put in cold storage last year. Jio platforms have got 43.5 thousand crore from FB. That's another story. And the social media giant now holds 9.99% in Reliance Industries entity. Consumer goods sales in June at pre-COVID levels. Demand continues to rise. Companies forecast single-digit top-line growth in the quarter. Panic buying led to sales surging for household and packaged food products during shutdown. India readies gift for Hong Kong investors. Government is mulling measures to make IFSC in Gujarat more attractive for those who are looking to shift. India is keen to take advantage of the unrest in Hong Kong and draw businesses looking to move out of the island enclave to its own International Financial Services Centre, IFSC, at Gift City in Gujarat. The government is considering measures to make the IFSC more attractive towards the end. A senior government official has told the Economic Times. This is what Deepshika Sikarwar has reported. Banks in a spot due to China logjam. Banks that have issued letters of credit to Indian importers are in a spot. They have been told by courier firms that trade papers will not be delivered following delays in custom clearance. Then digital payments adoption gets a pandemic push. There is an interview with PayPal CEO. North Indian states are facing rain deficit. Then buffer zones being created in Ladakh. Border infra projects set to be expedited. No quarantine for MPs attending panel meets. That's interesting story. Members of Parliament who will be travelling to Delhi to attend standing committee meeting will be treated as government officials on duty and will be exempted from quarantine rules of the state. This is what Nidhi Sharma has reported. And lastly, delays in customs not disrupt Chinese brands India plans. Companies forced to cut bulk import from China. Shipments from other countries also held up. So that's about the latest as far as the Economic Times this morning is concerned. Let's be more city specific and get you the latest from the national capital. Lot of interesting stories in the Delhi edition of the Times of India. Let's straight away go across to my colleague Kangana, who is joining us this morning. Kangana, good morning. More state-run hospitals to offer plasma therapy. Clearly, it seems that the Delhi government is banking heavily on plasma therapy as a way to fight coronavirus.
Well, of course, Hina, it's always been a week when Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of National Capital, had inaugurated the first plasma bank in the country in Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences in Vasant Kunj. After that, there are news that there will be more state-run hospitals that will be involved in the plasma therapy. Right now, as of now, there are 2 hospitals. One is Lok Nayak Hospital in Central Delhi and the Rajiv Gandhi Super Speciality Hospital that are running the plasma therapy for approximately a month. But 2 two more state-run hospitals like GTP and Janakpuri Super Speciality Hospital have been asked by the Delhi government to get more involved and get the treatments passed by plasma therapy to COVID-19 patients who have moderate symptoms. So clearly there is a certain way where Delhi government is taking on the responsibility to give this therapy to more state-run hospitals. Even some private hospitals have asked the Delhi government and centre for the permission to try the plasma therapy in their hospitals. Apart from that, there is one major thing that has been noticed, that a lot of people are hesitant to go to the hospitals as donors, and which is why Raghav Chadha, who has been given responsibility of the ILBS to get this entire process started. So Raghav Chadha has made sure that hospital authorities are calling up recovered people in Delhi so that people can come forward and donate plasma.
All right. Thank you very much, Kangana, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. Two more interesting stories that the Delhi edition of the Times of India has reported today. 1 in 4 infected individuals sent to hospitals in New Delhi. This is what Paras Singh has reported. But here is something that I want to just quickly highlight before we move on to the Mumbai edition. Two reasons why there is cause of optimism in Delhi's COVID fight. One, positivity rate is down to 8.9%, which is much better than other states in the country. For example, Telangana has 21% positivity rate. And another big update is that recovery rate of 72% in the national capital is better than the average that India has. India's recovery rate is about 61%. Delhi's recovery rate specifically is about 72%. So those are the two interesting stories on the national capital today. Moving on now, and let's get you the latest as far as the Mumbai edition of the Times of India is concerned. Arunil, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Arunil, good morning. BMC says no need for prescription. Citizens can get tested at 17 private labs. Good news there.
Well, a very significant move, Hina, and a welcome move, in fact. Yesterday, Times Now also broke this story at around 9 a.m. in the morning. BMC Commissioner Iqbal Chahal had confirmed this, that from now on, patients in the city of Mumbai will not be requiring a doctor's prescription to get the testing for coronavirus done. This will basically help in saving the crucial time and all the hassle that was involved earlier. The process earlier was extremely cumbersome, wherein first had to go to a doctor and get a prescription from them. Most of the doctors were wary of giving a prescription because certain actions were also initiated by the BMC, wherein negative test reports had come up. So now this can reduce the hassle by a huge margin and also help in saving the crucial time of COVID-19 patients and allow them treatment in time. So a very welcome move from BMC.
All right, Arunil, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. In fact, BMC also has said that it's keen to ramp up testing to about 6,500 per day. Mumbai's death toll is now higher than China's. It has crossed the 5,000 mark. And lastly, obesity, sleep apnea are risk factors among the COVID positive patients. That's also the Mumbai edition has reported this morning. Let's now move on and talk about the Kolkata edition of the Times of India. Tamal Saha, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. More on this, Tamal. Good morning. Kolkata pockets districts to go back to stricter lockdown now, and which are these areas? What kind of orders have come from the government side?
Well, the state Home Secretary yesterday has issued an advisory given to all the district magistrate, to police supers, commissioners, suggesting that from 9th of July, 5 p.m. onwards, stricter lockdown would be once again reinforced at all containment zones. And the advisory also specifically asks for broadening of containment zones. Why? Because West Bengal as a state had broken down containment zones into micro spots as affected, buffer and clear zones, where activities were allowed both at buffer and clear zones and only restricted at affected zones. Now all the zones are now being clubbed as containment zone, and in each and every containment zone there would be stricter implementation of lockdown from July 9, 5 p.m. onwards. Now there are 10 specific districts which have seen a massive spurt in number of cases. From North Bengal you have Alipurduar, Malda, you have North 24 Parganas, South 24 Parganas, which is closer home, home, that is Kolkata. And Kolkata as a state capital has also seen massive spike in number of cases. Here in the past 3 days, West Bengal has recorded more than 800 positive cases every day in the past 3 days. So yes, which had been a matter of concern. The positivity rate has jumped up to 4.5%, even though the discharge rate is decent, which is 66%. But the state government is absolutely wary of the spread of the virus. The reason why this stricter lockdown would be implemented at containment zones alone, where all government offices, private offices would remain shut, non-essential services would remain shut. In fact, government is now planning of home delivery services of essential goods so that people do not get the need to get out of their homes.
All right. Thank you very much, Tamal, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, highest single-day spike in corona cases in Bidan Nagar civic area. Dengue is also now becoming a big concern there because of the monsoon season that is underway too. Let's now move on and get you the latest as far as the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned. My colleague Imran is joining us on the broadcast this morning. Imran, good morning. Karnataka has ordered 1 lakh rapid antigen kits.
Well, yes, the Bengaluru and Karnataka is seeing a spike in number of COVID cases. The government has called for 1 lakh rapid antigen kits, which have been approved by ICMR, which will be delivered by this coming Saturday. And from next week, they'll start testing more than 2,000 people every day through mobile clinics, through the kiosk, the testing kiosk. So randomly people will be tested, and the difference between the rapid antigen and the RT-PCR is that you can get the results in 30 minutes, and that way they can test more people and understand the number of cases here, and it will be random testing will be done in Bengaluru and across Karnataka, and they feel that this will help more in getting the numbers accurately.
All right, Imran, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. In fact, the Bengaluru edition has also reported that COVID-19 positivity rate has spiked in Bengaluru. It is higher than the national average. Central team to Karnataka, increase your testing and cut mortality rate. So these are the two concerns, low testing and high mortality rate there. Despite surge in cases, Karnataka labs testing way below capacity, and testing has to be the big focus for Karnataka. That's the message from the centre as well to fight COVID-19. Let's now move on and talk about the Chennai edition of the Times of India this morning. And here the big story that has been reported is what the government has told all the states to do: trace and isolate 80% of the contacts in 72 hours. Shilpa, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast this morning. Shilpa, good morning. Super spreader in the Nilgiris factory, PRO, infects 95 people. Give us more details.
Well, this is an interesting story carried by Times of India, Hina, because Nilgiris is one district in Tamil Nadu that has, managed to keep the coronavirus spread under control so far. But according to this story, there is a super spreader in Nilgiris, and this is a PRO officer who was working in a firm near Ooty, and he has left 95 people infected in the last 20 days, is what the copy says. He says this PRO of Needle Industries Private Limited tested positive for COVID-19, and the district administration has tested around 755 of the firm's employees and their relatives, and soon 63 employees and 32 of their family members have tested positive. So massive contact tracing is underway because they do not want the situation to get out of control. So for that reason, the district administration is carrying out massive contact tracing. People who may have come in contact with this PRO, who have worked in that that particular firm, and their family members as well.
All right, Shilpa, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Moving on now, and let's talk about what's making headlines across the world. US may join India in banning TikTok. Pompeo has said reports that app collects users' info being taken very, very seriously. TikTok has already quit Hong Kong as US tech giant suspend processing data requests. Half of counter intel cases tied to China. And Amnesty has told Pakistan that it should allow construction of a Hindu temple. Amnesty International on Tuesday urged Pakistan to allow construction of a Hindu temple in Islamabad, which was stopped by the government amid opposition from religious and political circles. So that's another story. Lastly, Novavax has got $1.6 billion from US for the possible vaccine for coronavirus. Moving on now, and let's talk about the world of sports. My colleague Karishma joining us on the broadcast this morning, like every day. Karishma, good morning. What's happening in the world of sports? From today onwards, the international cricket is going to begin for sure.
Well, yes, good morning, Hina, and that is a very, very good news for cricket fans across the world as England and West Indies get set for the very first test match that will be played at 3:30 p.m. IST, 11 a.m. England time, and it is a very, very important landmark, we can say, in a post-COVID world, because this is the first cricketing tournament, the first test series in a post-COVID world that is resuming, and it has changed. It has completely changed. Some of the rules that the Times of India is reporting and that will be followed in the game of cricket in a post-COVID world are going to be, sanitization breaks, no handshakes after the toss, and no spectators in the stadium, and a host of new rules that will be followed for a successful test match and cricketing tournaments to be completed in the future, Hina.
All right. Thank you very much, Karishma, for joining us with all of those details. Let's quickly move on and get our viewers the latest as far as the Delhi Times is concerned. There's some good news for the fans of Tom Cruise. He's set to resume filming Mission Impossible after getting a go-ahead from UK's Cultural Secretary over a video call. Film and TV crews won't have to do the 14-day quarantine, but will have to live and work in controlled, bubbled environments and be tested for COVID regularly. Lastly, NCR has violated the mask rule in Unlock. Over 44,000 people have been fined. So that's something that the Delhi Times has reported. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Newspaper Show.